Welcome back to Filthy Armenian Adventures. The summertime nightbirds of Hollywood are all a Twitter, and they sound just like home alarms. This is your host, Alec Mohibian. You know who I am, and this is part 2 of our summertime tea sesh with Jack Mason and Cara Cunningham. 2 more sweet and tangy hours to dispel the June gloom and gird our spirits for a strong and independent July. We got a little serious last time, but we get even more serious this time around as the conversation turns to harmful stereotypes in Euphoria, putting the D in Democrat, too much Lena Dunham, Vice President J.D. Vance, the conservatard media conundrum, and Camille Paglia's first interview in 6 years. And say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming? And the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave over the land of the free and the home of the brave? On the shore dimly seen through the mists of the deep, where the foe's haughty host in dread silence reposes, what is that which the breeze o'er the towering steep, as it fitfully blows, half conceals, half discloses? Now it catches the gleam of the morning's first beam, in full glory reflected, now shines in the stream. 'Tis the star-spangled banner, oh long may it wave over the land of the free and the home of the brave. And where is that band who so vauntingly swore that the havoc of war and the battle's confusion, a home and a country should leave us no more? Their blood has washed out their foul footsteps' pollution. No refuge could save the hireling and slave from the terror of flight or the gloom of the grave. And the star-spangled banner in triumph doth wave over the land of the free and the home of the brave. Oh, thus be it ever when freemen shall stand between their loved home and the war's desolation. Blessed with victory and peace, may the heaven-rescued land praise the power that hath made and preserved us a nation. Then conquer we must, when our cause it is just, and this be our motto: in God is our trust. And the star-spangled banner in triumph shall wave over the land of the free and the home of the brave. Hey, this is your host, Alec Mohibian, with a quick message before we continue. Based in that great but very troubled place, Hollywood, California, Filthy Armenian Adventures is an interdimensional travel program that takes you deep into the cultural mysteries of our time. In search of truth, in search of gold, in search of lost friends and unsung heroes, in search of John Galt's motor. This show is your antidote to the black pill. This is your guide to the places, the personalities, the ideas and creations the enemies of man don't want you to know. This is your techno-noir investigation into the good, the evil, and the God hiding under our noise. This is where you get the news before it breaks, before it blows, before it burns. The show is supported entirely by patrons at patreon.com/filthyarmenian. As a patron, you get access to twice as many adventures, including the most important ones, the ones with the real facts. Plus, regular brief smoke break spiritual reports on topics of the day. As a patron, you also get exclusive access to our Smash live events. Ask anyone who's attended one, and they will tell you it's an experience you'll never forget. It's very easy to keep Filthy Armenian Adventures alive. You can still listen to the show on your favorite app like Spotify or Apple, and you can do so with the pride that you're putting a little bit of money where your soul is. More patrons means more fuel, more topics, more investigations, more miracles, more secret locations, and forbidden territories around the world, and the world that is Los Angeles, our post-apocalyptic headquarters. It means we'll be able to track down more enchanting figures in the landscape, dare them to abandon their masks, and join our quest out of the darkness and into a golden age. Patreon.com/filthyarmenian. Thank you for being one of the good ones, and enjoy the show.
I was like, I gotta get out of this fucking 1970s halter top. It's driving me nuts. It's too tight. It's too hot.
Yeah, you kept arranging your breasts.
It was like so tight. I'm like, I can't breathe.
Look at my giant. I can't stop fondling my giant bottle of patchouli.
Is that the patchouli, the
that I
wizard
poured?
one?
Yeah, the wizard jar. I love playing with it.
I love that it like is so highly concentrated, like stains your skin.
Uh-huh. Yeah, it's a brown goop. So fun. So fun.
I've been trying to spray the Magie Noir and not hoard it, the little one. Because I was scared to lose, I didn't want to run out of it, but I'm like, I gotta just use them.
Yeah, you gotta use them. I have a lifetime supply of every generation of Magie Noir. Because like kind of during COVID, I thought that nothing would ever be available again. And so I was like, I'll use this as an excuse to buy every perfume I've ever wanted in apocalypse horde levels. And so I did. And then now I have every perfume I've ever wanted. And what do I wear all the time? Just like cheap patchouli.
Wait, what should I wear right now for the second half of this conversation from my collection that you know?
You should wear, what do you normally wear? Givenchy Gentleman.
Yeah, something else.
Something.
I have.
You should wear Magie Noir since we're talking about that.
Yeah, I'll have that. Hold on.
No,
and I'm usually a little weird about certain diptychs, but I do like this one. The Flower de, what is this?
Fleur de Peau.
Is that
something? Fleur de Peau. Yeah, I'm not familiar with all those new ones.
I like this one. Yeah,
nice.
It feels like it's like you can just breathe a fresh breath of fresh air.
Mm-hmm.
It's got a little leathery note to it.
Let's see if you can hear me spray it.
Yeah, I can hear it.
Fine.
Your mic is picking it up. Today I'm just wearing this, like listening to Sabrina Carpenter, Man's Best Friend, and wearing this patchouli plus strawberry oil.
That I love that it's like I've been seeing people kind of get into it, but it was such a non-reaction when it first came out because they were stuck on the album cover.
Which the album cover, I loved that, and I loved the title. I was like, finally, an album title that is funny and that I remember. But I just like never listened to her until now because I always forgot that she existed, and I don't like hear the songs ambiently anywhere. But no, she's good. The only thing I ever heard her was like when Christina Aguilera did that 25th anniversary Spotify concert where she's on that shag carpet. It's awesome. She had Sabrina there to sing What a Girl Wants.
And she can sing good live too. For being like a pretty girl, she actually is talented.
Yeah, I like her. I'm for it.
Welcome back to Filthy Armenian Adventures with my good friends Jack and Cara for a little summer tea with Mussolini.
What are we talking about now?
Well, there's a few things I wanted to bring up. By the way, I want to thank you for I was processing my anger by just commenting on every like shit libs little gloat about Spencer Pratt. I was just commenting, "Your pussy is trash. Your pussy is trash," which is a phrase that I learned from Jack Mason.
Oh, good. I don't even remember inventing that.
I mean, I don't know that you invented it. Maybe
or I was saying it at one point. Yeah, your pussy is trash.
You said it in well, when I first watched you say it, I think you used it in at least 2 of your iconic tweets. But the first one I remember is when you read "Gay Stepdad to Filth."
Oh my God. Yes. Good times.
You're a low IQ bottom.
That was one of the first socialists that tried to take me out.
Yeah. You're a low IQ bottom and your pussy is trash.
Fucking so many villains along the way just announcing that they're gonna like take the throne. Like, no way.
You used it again on someone, but I can't remember the second.
Well, it's good to use it on men because it's degrading to them. It's like
calling a man I was gonna say you said it to like a straight guy.
No, it was a gay guy, but it's
either
a
way.
Gay top, so it's extra degrade. I like degrading gay tops because I don't get along with them, and they're usually pretty present company excluded. But they're often competitive with me in a really tedious way. And then I like telling disobedient, cowardly, scheming straight men also that their pussy is trash because it's degrading and it's like calling them a cunt. So
I love that.
There is a special spice to it, and people were I think people were appreciating it.
I just like reducing men when they're misbehaving to holes, you know.
Yeah, and trashy holes at that.
Yeah,
I mean, being a hole is not necessarily a bad thing.
Yeah,
it's when it's a toxic.
Think your brain's all that. Think I'm listening to what you're saying. Think I'm reading all your long tweets. No, you're just a hole, the cheap one.
Question.
I wanted to talk. Well, we've had there's been a weird season going on. I wanted to talk about. Well, first of all, I had to get this off my chest. Okay, I had to get the harmful Armenian stereotypes in the otherwise brilliant season 3 of Euphoria. I don't know where they get the idea that. I don't know where they get the idea that the only thing Armenians are good for is sipping little cups of coffee and torturing Jacob, gruesomely torturing Jacob Elordi,
torturing straight boys,
calling white boys
in debts,
who must be warned to steer clear of Armenians.
Yeah, well, no, I told you this, but yeah, we can Freaky Friday, and you can experience life as a white Southerner, and watch the movies.
Well,
and, you will not have the ethnic brotherhood network of knowing who owns everything, and you will not have that to fall back on either.
No, but I let me tell you. The Nazis were depicted rather glamorously in this season.
Yeah, totally glamorized in the Vice media way, which you can do. Since Levinson is Jewish, you can do that. They've always done that. Like in the 70s, Jews invented Nazi exploitation pornography.
Yeah, the whole thing, for ever since the 70s, every single villain, every single mastermind villain was in some way a Nazi, has been in some way a Nazi, even after 9/11,
and depicting it as if there's an underground network lurking just beneath the surface of America that's totally real, which we just learned that's all objectively funded by the Southern Poverty Law Center, and Democrat. That's all, which everyone with any 2 brain cells has known, that the Ku Klux Klan, etc., is not real, that this is controlled opposition funded by Democrats, but that was officially proven. But I remember one of the first like early woke movies I saw like that. That's like a network of Nazis is lurking just below the surface was Green Room, which was really stupid. But yeah, the Euphoria just uses them glamorously.
Yeah, and they had that hot sex scene with the hot Nazi guy.
And I never saw it. Thought I'd see this in a million years on screen. They kept showing the Nazis books, and he had a book called Gun Fag Manifesto, published by Nine Banded Books, which is like deep, deep alt-right. And they showed it twice, and I used to have that book, and that is just such a deep, deep cut. I could not believe that I was seeing it on screen. It was like under his copy of Helter Skelter.
Well, listen, y'all, don't hate me, okay? Because I don't want to be a mythbuster or nothing here. But when I was in 7th grade and I tried to start a gay straight alliance because I was Googling in 2004, I don't even know what year, the guidance counselor did call my memo and said that they were scared for the KKK to come up to the school. So, I mean, listen, I'm in the South. There's certain things going on. I don't know about all that, but what I do want people to know is the level of oppression that Alec has felt in the group chat has been one of my favorite things.
It's really funny. It's really funny.
Can you walk us through, Alec? Maybe because they're not going to know how this has really affected you.
Because you need to start posting videos of your face looking all like Deborah Messing, like talking about that.
I just felt like impelled. I just felt impelled to do a Camille Paglia Sopranos boycott of Euphoria after seeing these harmful stereotypes, which are, really just warmed over from The Shield from the 90s. And I get that
I did not make it through that show.
I never watched The Shield, but it's one of those Anahajian things that she loves to talk about because it depicts Armenians as gangs.
What boyfriend made her watch that all the way through?
I just remember that at the time, Armenians I knew were really pissed off about that show because there's a whole Armenian gang plotline. The Armenian gangster thing, the thing is this, it's something that's from the 90s, and it really hasn't been relevant since the 90s. So it's kind of like, is that all we're good for? I've been watching these Columbos, and in the Columbo in the 70s, anytime he's like interacting with a fellow Italian. Of course, he's Jewish. Peter Falk is Jewish, but Columbo's Italian. So he's at his dentist, and the entire scene is his dentist complaining that every single depiction of Italians is as gangsters. And he's like, "Am I a gangster? Am I a gangster? What do you look at me? I'm like, I'm an honest man. I'm an honest man." So we're going through this idea that the only industry out there for the Armenian in America is being an usurious interest collecting gangster who's going to put who else was it was also in the dreaded True Detective season 2, although it wasn't announced. He also had Armenian mafia people in there. If you remember, there was a scene there's a scene where Vince Vaughn is like trying to loan more money from it's the same exact thing over and over and over again. So
Alec, are you saying that representation matters?
I just want to be represented.
I was really excited when I started seeing the way the Armenian stuff was going because I knew you were going to get all mad about it.
I mean, listen, it's one thing if it's just in the background, but then when they add the little coffee cup and the tiny little flag poking in from the side of the screen.
And you were like, this is totally untrue. This is nothing like how it happens. And then you're immediately like, I know who owns the Commerce Casino. It's an Armenian woman. And
yeah, she's one of 40 owners. I mean, what? I don't understand how that connects. I don't understand how that connects.
Weekend Freaky Friday, and you can see what it's like. Try to get a job anywhere as a regular white Baptist Southerner.
I was going to say, I don't want to do the Oppression Olympics, but if we're going to get woke, how do you think
have two Southerners on here?
Well, how do you think it feels, Alec, for me to look at the screen and the only trans representation is someone...
It's a demon.
For the first time on television, talking out of one side of one's mouth, you want to kiss me? You want to, come on, show me, you want me, show me, prove to me you want me. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, but as Vera said, and the trans is painting inside Trade's house. The end. Like the tranny want everything. She got everything. She got the penthouse. She got the painting out of it. She survived.
Can
She's
we
the only
speak
one who
on that painting?
survived.
Can we?
I fully endorse everything in Euphoria season 3 because, okay, look at the stereotype of you, and then who is depicted as, the saviors of humanity at the end, flawless spiritual beings, Christians in Texas. So, for once, I have won.
How beautiful was that shot zooming out
So
with the
amazing.
flag? And that was just the ending shot with the American flag at the Christian home.
It
That was
was
so
unlike, I
beautiful.
could not believe it was real. I mean, the whole thing, I could not believe that made its way. It was truly divine intervention, and I couldn't believe that it made its way in that form onto television. That's a great use of one's clout. And not to be shady, but I see a little bit of an attempt, as there always is, to de-Christianize obviously Christian things by using words like spiritual, or saying that it's only mentioning the Old Testament. Or the word spiritual really triggers me, because what that means is that someone is censoring
Mhm.
Christian content explicitly. And while Levinson is Jewish and only Old Testament events are mentioned, who who are the framing device family of this series? It's the Christian family in Texas. So even though Jesus, a big deal of Jesus, is not explicitly made at all times, I just am not going to go down this path of using vague words like spirituality for something this red hot, flaming Christian, unlike. And also, Euphoria season 3, all of Euphoria is steeped in Alcoholics Anonymous
Mhm.
ideology. It's
That
all
was the
that, which is
best.
Christian.
Yeah, although that was, as well, on a at the serious level, it's very interesting, and I've talked about this before, and my late friend Stephen Cox writes about this extensively in his book, Literature and the New Testament, or the New Testament and Literature, one of the two, which I recommend everyone get and study. But it's interesting to see how, even if by intention this is entirely an Old Testament. I mean, no, he has his own, when he has this kind of self-referential moment when, what's her name, the hideous girl boss at the end. What's the name of that character? The one who's the sister of
Oh,
Sydney Sweeney.
Lexi?
Yeah. So when
Oh God.
Lexi's doing her thing where she read the Bible at the end, and she's doing that kind of expository thing, which, it's implausible that Lexi actually read the fucking Bible. Let's be real. But when she said she's read it, and she's describing it and saying, it's interesting. There are all these like very graphic scenes, and these like sex scenes, and people are raping, and all this violence. Like, she's literally, she's obviously talking about Euphoria itself when she's describing the content of the Old Testament. Um, and I'm sure any Jewish view of this would be like, no, no, trust me, this is a
They're
Jewish.
not reading the Torah. Like, we're not having this show organized around Zendaya reading the Torah. This is not. I'm just not accepting this
Well,
ambient effort to
yeah,
de-Christianize
but
what
it's
is the
interesting.
most openly Christian, openly conservative, right-wing MAGA show that has ever aired.
But it's
Mhm.
interesting to know. It's interesting just to see that, even if it was not, even if it's meant to be only an Old Testament vision, it's almost like you can't you can't pull off an entire story unless the possibility of redemption is there. Like, it's like you don't have an ending. There's a it's almost like inevitable that it's interesting just to note that that even if it wasn't intentionally Christian, it was inevitably Christian, because you have to finish the story somehow.
It's
Just throwing
only
that out
it's
there.
only when something is Christian that people rush to this this effort to explain around it as if it was an accident, as if
Mhm.
as if people like Rue is depicted in the show picking up the Bible and taking an interest in Christianity are consciously via AA, by the way, are consciously only looking at the Old Testament. And this is this kind of like status signaling thing where people see Christians as American and thus low class and kind of vulgar
And as Republican.
and as Republicans. So I'm not accepting any woo woo. They only mention the Old Testament explanation. I'm just like, I have to clear this up because there's this laundering effort right there that people are going to do with the show to pretend that there's ambiguity about what it's doing. And I don't need to look to interviews with Sam Levinson or, everybody in Hollywood that's conservative is doing this Bret Easton Ellis guest thing where they say, I'm not a conservative, like as a technicality, like that
Yeah.
guy that was just on who was fine. They
Yeah,
they
yeah.
do
What
this
it's
they do
yeah.
this technicality thing. Well, I've been canceled for 6 years, but actually I'm not a
Yeah,
conservative.
and I didn't
It
vote for
doesn't
Trump.
actually mean
Yeah.
anything when you say that. If
Yeah.
all of your values and everything that you support, everything that you've done goes to the effort of supporting the good side, the conservatives, it doesn't matter that because you live in LA, you present yourself on the Bret Easton Ellis podcast as not technically being a conservative. Like that's a way out of, you're steeped in PR, you're
Mhm.
in an industry that hates you. You're not going to come out and say it's exactly what you're doing always, but
But this also serves the point we were talking about earlier, which is that one of the problems and one of the reasons why a the rigging can happen and it can be gotten away with is that people are not willing to put their face and their name on their sleeve. And we saw this happen to Trump in 2020. And then what happened? Well, enough people, like Elon Musk foremost among them, and in the most powerful sense, took off their masks. And what we see in LA is that, yeah, a lot of people supported Spencer Pratt, but behind a mask. And you hear the mask come out every time Brett has one of these guests on. Brett himself has pretty much abandoned his mask, but his guests, they're always sure to say, "Well, I didn't vote for him," but they're still doing that, and it's like
after telling their sad story of cancellation, so the message of their story is that actually I didn't deserve to be canceled because I'm not really a conservative.
right, and
That's the
Instead
also,
of
message.
or that I
instead of
supported the people who
yeah,
canceled me, so I'm a fucking retard
Yeah.
because I
instead
support.
of standing by whatever and highlighting the fact that no one should be canceled for being Republican or Christian or voting for Trump regardless, that's what should be highlighted, like not trying to muddy like whatever. That's what should be highlighted.
It's addictive. It's addictive to them because they all want their prior pre-cancel culture status
Mhm.
regained. They all want this view of, just I'm
Well,
floating around agnostically and I get that because
I get
I'm
it too, because you don't
I
have to
get it
deal with
too, but
psychotic people all the time. But at the same time, once you've walked through the door, why the point is we've went over a million times. Who wants to fraternize with people that would literally like trade you in, and they don't care if it makes you suicidal, how much they attack you. They want you to die at that
no,
point.
they
Who
want
wants
you
to
to
be
die.
friends with those people? Not me.
They're addicted to that status that they once had that they still perceive as being real. They're addicted to the idea that mainstream media is credentialed, is the real thing. You will only ever be a person who has achieved anything if you get in the New York Times, if you get approval from those circles. Everything that you do against that is just slumming, fake, MAGA, distasteful. They can't let that go.
Well, as someone that's been in the New York Times many times, they hated me then too. So it doesn't make a fuck.
Well, I've been in Vogue, and then it was deleted.
And then deleted.
They deleted it?
You don't know this? After the
I
Elena
know.
Velez Gone with the Wind show, I was the only one that got positive press. They described me as the Carol Burnett of the show, and while they trashed Anna and
And
trashed
then deleted
Elena,
it?
and they deleted it. It's like someone got to them and said, "You're not supposed to say good things about him."
See,
but I
knew
put it
you
in the
were
book, so it's there for all to see.
Okay, good. Because I was gonna say I think it did the New York Times do a piece on, or there was some.
They did, and Anna acted as kind of like a shield because they all came for her and were like, they knew who she was and they were all prepared to trash her. And then because of that, I got some kind of positive comments, and they were,
He was a good cop, bad cop. And Jack came out as a good cop because also you were emphasizing the literary tradition that kind of flowed out of Gone with the Wind. You were emphasizing the shopping and fucking novel, and they were amused by that. I mean, you weren't talking,
I wasn't reading off of a stapled printout.
Right, and you weren't also emphasizing the racial or anything. You're actually just talking about like the fun aspects of the novel. So there would have been nothing for them. There would have been nothing to trigger them into thinking that you are the naughty one of the.
No one else that was there had read the novel, so
right. So you're the one who actually read them. So and that came through.
I actually knew what was in it, so I could talk about it.
Well, speaking of reading, y'all, I'm in the middle of Jack's book right now, and y'all better pre-order that on Amazon.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Please
I'm
keep
not in the middle of it. I read it
all. I
all.
hate this waiting period, but
I read it all on my phone in two sittings, and it would have been one sitting if I wasn't in Las Vegas. So the second half of it I read in the car all the way back, which I'm never able to read in a car. I get very motion sick, and I did not get motion sick. So it will definitely be the literary event of the season. And
for many seasons to come.
And many seasons, yeah. Definitely pre-order multiple copies so that you have a gift to give.
Please.
I mean, it's going to be a very
There's a link.
thing.
I recently discovered that I don't know how long this has been going on. Maybe it's because I pay for that cheapest tier of subscription Instagram. You can put multiple links in your profile without doing a link tree. So actually I have both the Skyhorse link and the Amazon link there.
Go to Jack's Instagram. The link is in the bio.
At Jack Mason TPN. And and another thing you may not know about Cara Cunningham is that her Venmo is at Cara Cunningham 87.
That it is.
My Venmo is
secret.
At Jack TPN. Feel free to Venmo me also.
Feel free to Venmo Jack at Jack TPN. But his Instagram is at Jack Mason TPN.
I am a sex worker. I identify as a sex worker. This is also why I can speak on Euphoria season 3.
Right.
As a sex worker.
So you're represented in multiple ways on Euphoria season 3. I'm represented in one very specific way. And
I love it. I love it.
And everyone is told to steer clear of me. Everyone, especially Jacob Elordi, is advised to steer
I think that's what it is, Alec.
I think it's specifically triggering to you because you're Dream Boy. You kill him. Your people kill him.
That's what it is.
In
a horrible way
imaginable.
They could have at least fucked him before they did that,
That's what I'm saying. It's not an accurate representation because I would not have skipped that step.
What do you think? Do you think he's still? Do you think he looked good in Euphoria season 3, or do you think he hit the wall still?
Nah, he hit the wall. I was more into the Nazi.
He looked better in Euphoria than he did in Wuthering Heights, where he's really hit the wall. Like I did not like how he looked in Wuthering Heights at all.
Well,
I don't like whatever they're all doing with the testosterone and the super like zero fat working out plus testosterone. I think
they're doing like peptides.
It looks like shit.
What is this peptides and retina shit going on?
Like Jacob Elordi is like 29? Like want like a youthful. You want him because he's young, and then they do all this workout fitness pills stuff that makes them look like haggard and ran through.
He looked like a fucking monkey in Wuthering Heights. He looked like an ape.
Let me just say, I'm not alleging that Jacob Elordi's on peptides right now, but can I just say every guy that I've heard speak in the last year that looks attractive, that's all they're taking. They're like obsessed with this shit. I don't know what it is.
I don't know. It's a
It used to
steroid,
be steroids,
but
and
it is
now
a
it's
steroid, isn't it?
peptides.
They,
Is it?
I don't know.
whatever.
I'm not.
When they go down that path, they all become obsessed, like body dysmorphically, like women do when they start looking at those pictures of Angelina Jolie's arms, and like they just want that ultimate zero fat appearance, which in their niche anorexia circles looks good to them, but to the broader audience, it looks fucking awful.
I mean,
Well, that's the other thing. Yeah, the anorexia is back, it seems.
well,
The anorexia.
the anorexia is back. I mean, I don't know, man. There's a new word out of New York every month. This has been the case for years now. We've been making fun of it. There was methylene blue. There was there's I can't even pronounce them. Pariah always has a new one at the tip of her mouth. Like there was a recent one I just saw on Twitter that was something about the nose. It was like canthal tilt, but for a nose, and it was
yeah, the looks max thing. Yeah,
So now this looks maxing thing is just like it's just a new a thesaurus of retarded terms that comes out of.
But it's retarded. I looked at the face map and it's acting like your eyes have to be pointed upwards to be attractive. I'm like, hello. I've always liked Katie Holmes because she has the doe eyes, and Brittany. What are you talking about? Yeah, I don't want to know. It's retarded. Completely retarded.
They just graduated on Dawson's Creek yesterday, so I got the graduation, by the way.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I haven't.
And you're on season 9 of 90210, you said?
I'm on season 9 of 90210 and just ended season 4 of Dawson's Creek.
Oh my God. Well, after season 4, I hate to tell you, but I'm at that point.
I know that you're out, but I actually like when the writing becomes plainer and less like Evan Williamson-y, like clever. I like when it becomes more just regular stuff. But I can't believe that Jen becomes the best one and also the prettiest. Like they have Jen looking so good.
Oh God, Jack.
After she looked so bad the first 2 years with the Dixie Chicks hair and the blue frosted eyeshadow.
And I'd be honest, Jen was my favorite. Alex was like, what the fuck are you talking about? I just have to say, Jen was my favorite with the short hair when she was sitting with Abby when Abby died. That was my Jen.
That just almost happened to her again because she was drunk on the prom boat and Drew had to rescue her from everybody in Dawson's Creek gets drunk and almost falls off a boat and dies.
Yeah, but after season 4,
it's a good thing. It's a good thing. James Vanderbeek.
Oh my gosh,
he's so checked out. He seems like he hates the show. So like, he's like into it like the first like 2 years maybe, but he really seems like he's walking through like a zombie for most of the show. Like, and he's beautiful and he's great, but like he just seems like he doesn't want to do it.
Yeah. Well, I think, again, once we need to just do a Dawson's Creek.
Well, we're going to do it when I finish, like,
okay.
Which will be like in the fall. So that's teaser. There will be a Dawson's Creek episode with Kayla and Kaylin.
Well, I did want to, on the topic of people,
Cara and Kaylin.
Cara and
you
Kaylin.
Said Kaylin.
Karen and Kaylin. With Caitlin.
Caitlin and Kate.
With Cara Cunningham and Kaylin with Kale.
Kale.
One of my twinks, my stable of twinks.
Oh my God.
The one from Savannah. Or the one who's in Savannah.
I have, like a circus barker, I have to announce that I have hot twinks in the stable too.
Right.
Because those are expensive. Like not everybody has access to those.
Yeah, it took years for TPN.
It took a few years for me to get a stable of twinks, but I've got them.
Yeah.
Caleb's rocking it.
He's rocking it. Yeah. Well, they're all like, I was in high school when I started listening to you. Like I'm that old, so.
Yeah. You had Rick not straight Rick on from who's
African
listening?
American.
African American Rick, who did the episode on Howard Stern on his own dime as a guiding light.
That was a great episode.
Yeah,
I mean, that's a high roller.
I was
there.
shook. I was shook to log on that day and have it was very just an illustration of how TPN crosses all boundaries. Is really the global village.
And it does take a village.
God.
It does take a village sometimes.
As Hillary Clinton said.
As Hillary knew all too well.
Why can't she just run again? Why can't I be? I would be excited about politics if Hillary was running for anything again.
Well, that's where everybody gets mad at me with my...
That you love Hillary too? I love her too.
With my... I guess Alec did teach me what a libertarian is. I have to give credit where it's due. So, because I'll tell you right now, I will always like Hillary. And that's where all the people that like me now, because either like me or hate me, whatever, for how I voted for Trump, they would never like me if I said I liked Hillary. But I guess that's the libertarian in me. I've
always loved Hillary. And boomer mothers, like straight people are really triggered about Hillary. Like really, like I don't get it because Hillary is pretty and she looked pretty in the 2016 election too. But straight people are like so triggered about Hillary Clinton. They're like boomer mothers think she's like the ugliest woman that ever lived.
It's because she didn't leave. It's because she didn't leave Bill.
I don't know. There's some triggering that like if you're gay, it doesn't.
It's a combination of her inherent, of her inherent kind of abrasiveness and the fact that she didn't leave Bill when he obviously cheated on her.
Well, everything they hate about her, I love. The way she sat there and cackled in these people's faces. Name me a greater laugh other than Julia Roberts from Hillary Clinton. One of the greatest laughs I've ever heard.
Yeah, and what was when she got all those people killed and she was in those court hearings and the picture of her where she's laughing and I love her. Like that's badass. That's the kind of like female leader that's like admirable rather than them like crying crocodile tears. Like I like that. Real her there. And I also, it may be some like genetic like gay dog whistle audibility thing, but like everything she says to me is funny. Like anything in her voice is fucking hilarious to me. So
well, she also just doesn't turn the other cheek. Like even if she might be what's the word, PR trained, whatever, she still doesn't turn the other cheek. Like that woman.
There's also the fact that she's just such a icon of the 90s.
Yeah.
That we are all such like 90s fags at this point, incurably. We are incurably just in love with the 90s, and anything that reminds us of the 90s is going to create, is just going to have this warm glow about it because we see what the future is. The future is AOC. The future is Nithya Raman, that bitch I've been talking about. The future is these just like, these like just like nasty little spoiled bitch brats that are like don't have the gravitas that a Hillary has. Like,
well, can I just say this?
Queens.
I listen. I don't even really think Trump dislikes Hillary. I always saw through all that as like for what it was. I'm like, listen, the whole put her in jail email shit. I'm like, listen. There is a certain amount of, political theater I can see through, and I don't even think he dislikes her.
No, they all knew each other.
Yeah.
Before. And every celebrity was also friends with Trump before. Like, it's all this massive, like, whitewashing effort of during Trump derangement, pretending that he didn't have, like, a massive hit TV show that was on the air until literally... like
day before
8 months before he was elected.
We've even seen her soften on him with her comments publicly. Behind the scenes, she don't really give a shit. But even publicly, she complimented something he did like 6 months ago.
Well, I think that, she was complimenting his, probably his work in the Middle East or whatever. But I do think that she probably just felt cosmically robbed of her God-given right to be a Madam President. You know what I mean? I think that's where it's real. I think that's not even, and the fact that he the only way he could have done it was by obviously going for the jugular, if not the jugular. She probably does feel, permanently Tracy Flick wounded about that.
I mean, I felt that way too after the first round. I was devastated. I mean, I was like, oh my God.
You were wearing your pink pussy hat.
No, but me and my memo were really rooting for Hillary. Like we thought it was really happening, so I could see why she felt robbed. But I'm just saying, I don't think even Trump dislikes her behind the scenes. I think it just, so we're allowed to like Hillary.
Yeah, I gotta think that he at least. You do wonder if they both maybe hate Obama, but that's a
yes. I believe that. Who was it?
That's interesting.
Okay, no, what like Amanda Milius said that like the Obamas and the Bushes are the ones that are like kind of grandfathered in, and then like the Clintons and Trumps are like out. Like, I mean, she didn't say it like that, but. Clearly, the Clintons are seen as damaged goods, and they're not wheeled out that often.
Well, you can tell by Michelle's interviews that you can tell on a like visceral, like just human level, like she really does not like Trump. So I believe they really don't like each other.
Yeah. What was that picture where Obama was showing bulge in like Architectural Digest recently there's never been a penis on him in as long as he's been around. And then there was right at their mainstream media, like just schlong.
I don't know. Maybe
did I miss?
He forgot his.
I sent it to the chat. I was a little shook about it.
Did you want to suck on that?
I mean, I wanted to see it for sure. I wanted to see that Baphomet Luciferian Antichrist stick.
Well,
would you suck on that? That's the question to both of y'all. Would y'all slurp on Elba?
No, I don't. No, I wouldn't, because I'm just too. I'm not. I'm not. I need it to be gay or longer to get to the position of. I'm too new. I'm too green for that. To overcome.
I mean, if I was baggage. Like in a situation where he was hitting on me, like, yeah, I'd do it for the experience, I guess. But like,
he's like,
look who you're talking to. Like,
Jack.
There's a reason that Big Bad Jack can't drink.
Jack.
I know
we're
like,
on opposite sides of the aisle, Jack.
Hillary Duff, dignity. Like.
I know we're on the opposite sides of the aisle, but I'll admit, I do think you're.
I mean, if it's a man, I want to see it. Like, I don't. What situation am I there? It's hard for me to imagine one that I wouldn't.
Right.
Yeah.
If I think you would situation where
you would do it, especially if he was like, let's have a few beers, like he did with that.
The one that is really like, it's rare that I'm attracted to Democrats. I'm not attracted to Obama whatsoever, but like just in terms of wanting to catalog people's genitals.
But the Nazi.
But that they're deploying that Nazi with the Totenkopf tattoo and the history of like saying that women are cattle or whatever. So like that's a new and kind of mildly exciting play from the Democrats. But also, and this is disgusting and shameful, but I always thought Beto O'Rourke was like nasty hot because he has that like goofy look where they have like a big penis that looks like a Robert Crumb drawing of a penis.
Yeah,
and I did think he was attractive and toothy, and just that he had that kind of like. Ugh.
I always wanted to slurp on Bill.
And that's all for the free portion of this program, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to slurp on Bill, if you want the full 2 hours, and if you also want the full part 1, if you want twice as many adventures overall, and boy, so many other special perks only for the elite members of our society, well, you're gonna have to subscribe on patreon.com/filthyarmenian, like a good patriot would do. Patreon.com/filthyarmenian. It almost rhymes with patriot. Patreon.com/filthyarmenian. It's as little as $5 a month, and you're just gonna have to put a little bit of money. Your soul is, you know what I'm saying? Have a happy 4th of July, and see you on the other side of the paywall, friends. Thank you for listening.